After such a long time, it has finally happened. Nintendo has sued Pocketpair, which basically translates to Pikachu has finally got its electrical paws on Palworld. This wasn't the video that I had planned for today, but hey, with the lack of Pokemon news we have as of late, I gotta take the chance. And also, a lot of the scores I'm seeing online is not correct at all. So hey, I'm not so a strainer, and what about Palworld? Let's get into it. If you are somehow out of the loop, Nintendo has filed a lawsuit against Pocketpair, and as they state, they seek an injunction against infringement and compensations for damages on the grounds that Palworld, a game developed and released by the defendant, infringes multiple patent rights. And so what does all of this mean? Well, the answer to this question is why I'm making the video in the first place. At the end, I'll give you my opinion, but for now let's talk facts. Like the fact that you like and subscribe, for example. But yeah, the lawsuit is about Pocketpair infringing on their patents and not on copyright, which is what a lot of people are getting wrong online. The discourse online is pointing towards the clear similarity between a lot of the Pals and other Pokemon as the reason why Nintendo is suing Palworld, and this is blatantly wrong. While I wouldn't be surprised that those similarities did put them on Nintendo's radar a lot more than they hoped for, it isn't the reason they're going after them. That would fit the copyright part of things while they're going for a patent, which means that they're going for something that has something to do with Palworld's gameplay. While we do not have an exact answer as to what patents were infringed upon, there is a lot of speculation online that kinda makes sense as they kinda fit both modern Pokemon's playstyle and also Palworld's playstyle. So, speculation online seems to point to the act of throwing an item in a 3D environment that can catch or release a monster or creature that can interact with bosses in the overworld, start fights, and etc. etc. This isn't the exact wording, but it is the gist of it. Basically, the gameplay you find in both Legends Arceus and Scarlet and Violet in a way. This patent was filed in December 22nd, 2021 in Japan, with it being granted in December 2023, if I'm reading the whole patent stuff correctly. And as far as I can tell, the patent is not enforceable while pending, only after being granted, and when Palworld released their game, it had been granted already, despite the development happening while it was pending. While I believe that this patent is still pending in the US, that is not the case for Japan, like I said, and that is exactly where the court battles are going to take place. And honestly, with how long it took for Nintendo to file the lawsuit, it cannot mean good things for Pocketpair. On that note, they have responded and said that they don't have information about what patents they might have infringed upon, which means that for now we won't have any real information about the specifics, only the speculation. It is also kind of funny to note that this lawsuit was made public only one day after the Pokemon Company won a $15 million lawsuit against a mobile RPG called Pocket Monster Reissue that blatantly plagiarized their IP. So their iron is most likely very hot and they are ready to strike it. This is basically what I wanted you all to know, to make sure that the discourse online was a little bit more on the right side instead of the wrong side. This is not a copyright issue, this is a patent issue, nothing to do with the models but with the game mechanics themselves. And also, of course, I had to add a little bit of speculation as to what mechanic they're talking about because I kinda like to do that. But in terms of the whole thing, how do I feel about it? Well, Palworld wasn't for me. The survival aspect kinda made it not my kind of game, but it was a huge success when it came out. There was the clear Pokemon with guns thing behind them, and while the design similarities did not help, they clearly were a completely different thing from regular Pokemon. They were a monster taming game that was a lot edgier than Pokemon. Yes, Nintendo has all the right to protect their IP and such, but in this case, it does feel a bit more like retaliation for the clear yet disguised use of Pokemon's likeness in their designs. And the game mechanic being patented can lead to a lack of evolution in a genre, especially considering that it only expires in 2041. Monster taming has been growing steadily in the last few years, and it's a shame that it could be negatively affected by this lawsuit. However, like I said, I do believe that leaning on Pokemon so much in the designs of their Pals was Palworld's biggest mistake, and one that only they can own up to. About the lawsuit though, it will very likely be a few if not more than a few years until we see the end of it all. And that is all I have for you today. Palworld vs Pokemon is here, but not exactly how people thought it would be. But what about you? How do you feel about the lawsuit? Let me know in the comments down below. And now, like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon content and also ring the bell so you know when the next video is out. Also, you can become a channel member or check out my merch in order to further support the channel. I'd be forever thankful for that. You can follow me on social media or check out one of my streams here and on Twitch. All the links are in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.